Welcome to a journey back in time, to a tale of human ambition, nature's power, and a catastrophe that shook the world. The Vajont Dam disaster of 1963. Tucked away in the serene valleys of northern Italy, the Vajont Dam stood as a symbol of human progress, harnessing the power of water to light up the region. But beneath this emblem of advancement lay a ticking time bomb, a disaster waiting to happen. The Vajont Dam disaster wasn't just any disaster. It was a disaster of epic proportions, leading to one of the deadliest man-made catastrophes in history. The towering dam, the world's tallest at the time, gave birth to a mega tsunami that forever etched the year 1963 in the annals of tragic events. The disaster was a stark reminder of the devastating outcomes when human hubris meets the relentless forces of nature. Join us as we delve into the history, the disaster, and the lessons learned from the Vajont Dam. In the heart of northern Italy, a monumental structure stands tall, the Vajont Dam. An impressive feat of human engineering, the dam was constructed in the early 1960s to harness the power of the Vajont River. Its primary purpose? To generate hydroelectric power, a critical resource for Italy's burgeoning post-war economy. The dam was a sight to behold, stretching over 260 meters high. That's about as tall as the Great Pyramid of Giza. It was a symbol of progress, of man's ability to harness the raw power of nature. But this was not just a dam, it was one of the highest double-curvature arch dams in the world, a design known for its strength and stability. The project was ambitious, to say the least. The dam required over 1.5 million cubic meters of concrete to construct. That's enough concrete to fill more than 600 Olympic swimming pools. The massive structure was designed to hold back up to 168 million cubic meters of water, transforming the Vajont Valley into a vast reservoir. The region's reliance on hydropower was immense. At the time, Italy was experiencing a period of rapid industrialization. The demand for electricity was skyrocketing, and hydropower offered a renewable, reliable source of energy. The Vajont Dam was seen as a key piece in this energy puzzle, expected to provide power for hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses. Yet, despite the dam's impressive stature and crucial role in the region's energy infrastructure, there were signs of trouble right from the start. Geological surveys of the area had revealed unstable soil and rock formations, but these warnings were largely ignored in the race to complete the project, a decision that would have grave consequences. But beneath this marvel of engineering, trouble was brewing. A disaster of unimaginable proportions was about to unfold, turning the Vajont Dam from a symbol of progress into a stark reminder of the destructive power of nature when underestimated. The Vajont Valley, picturesque yet perilous, was chosen as the site for this ambitious project. Nestled in the heart of northern Italy, this valley was a geological marvel, a testament to the power and beauty of nature. Its steep slopes, carved by the relentless Vajont River, provided an ideal location for a high dam. The valley, however, wasn't just a pretty face. Its underlying geological characteristics played a significant role in the selection process. The valley's bedrock was composed of limestone and marl, a combination that promised strength and stability. It was this solid foundation that led engineers to believe that the valley could support the weight of the enormous dam and the billions of gallons of water it was designed to hold. But nature is a complex system, and the valley's geology was no exception. Beneath its seemingly stable exterior lay layers of clay, a material known for its slippery nature when saturated with water. And with the Vajont River's constant flow, the risk of saturation was ever present. Now, let's journey beyond the valley. Surrounding the site was a panorama of rugged mountains, their peaks reaching for the skies. These towering giants were a constant reminder of the immense forces at play, their imposing presence a testament to the region's tectonic activity. The proximity of these mountains to the Vajont River was a double-edged sword. On one hand, their runoff fed the river, ensuring a constant water supply for the dam. On the other, their steep slopes posed a landslide risk, a danger that was unfortunately overlooked in the planning stages. As the dam rose, so did concerns about the valley's stability. But by then, it was too late. The stage was set for a disaster of unimaginable proportions, but that's a story for another scene. For now, let's take a moment to appreciate the raw beauty and complexity of the Vajont Valley, a place of breathtaking vistas and hidden dangers. As the dam reached completion, alarming signs of geological instability began to surface. A sense of unease began to settle over the project as the construction of the Vajont Dam neared its end. The ground beneath the dam was not as stable as initially presumed. The geological structure of the area was complex, featuring slippery clay and fractured limestone, which posed a significant threat to the dam's structural integrity. Engineers on site noticed that the sides of the Vajont Valley were showing signs of distress. There were cracks in the mountains, landslides, and even minor earthquakes, all of which served as ominous warnings of the potential disaster that lay ahead. However, the pressing need for power and the massive investments already poured into the project pushed the authorities to continue with the construction. The dam's design was also a contributing factor to the impending disaster. The sides of the dam were steep and narrow, which put immense pressure on the Earth's crust. The reservoir's filling was expedited to meet the growing demand for electricity, adding further stress to the already unstable geological structure. In the face of these alarming signs, some crucial decisions were made that would later be scrutinized. The dam's engineers dismissed the warning signs, attributing the landslides and seismic activity to natural phenomena that would not affect the dam. Additionally, they chose to ignore the advice of geologists who expressed concerns about the dam's safety. The management's focus was primarily on the dam's completion and operation, rather than its long-term safety. This oversight was a critical mistake. As the reservoir filled, the pressure on the valley's unstable sides increased, leading to a catastrophic landslide. Despite the warning signs, the dam was completed, setting the stage for disaster. The decisions and actions taken during the dam's construction were the first dominoes to fall in a chain reaction that would lead to one of the most devastating man-made disasters in history, the Vajont Dam disaster. October 9, 1963, a day that would go down in the annals of history for all the wrong reasons. That fateful evening, the people of Longarone, a village nestled in the valley below the Vajont Dam, were going about their usual routines, blissfully unaware of the disaster that was about to strike. Just past 10:30 p.m., a colossal landslide, over 270 million cubic meters of rock and earth, sheared away from Mount Toc and plunged into the reservoir behind the Vajont Dam. This landslide, one of the largest ever recorded, happened at a speed of about 100 kilometers per hour. The sheer force of the landslide pushed the water in the reservoir upwards, causing it to surge over the dam. The dam, standing at 262 meters, the tallest in the world at the time, astonishingly held. However, the water, having nowhere else to go, was forced to surge over the top, forming a wave that reached a staggering height of 250 meters. This was not just a tsunami, this was a mega tsunami. The wave rushed down into the valley below, obliterating everything in its path. The village of Longarone bore the brunt of the disaster, with the wave demolishing virtually every structure within a few minutes. Other nearby villages, too, weren't spared from the devastating onslaught. The mega tsunami caused by the Vajont Dam disaster remains one of the deadliest in human history. In an instant, thousands of lives were lost, and the landscape was forever altered. This catastrophic event serves as a stark reminder of the power of nature and the devastating consequences when human ambition and engineering prowess fail to take into account the potential dangers posed by the geological and environmental factors of our planet. The aftermath of the disaster was a scene of utter devastation. As the colossal wave crashed over the dam, it swept away everything in its path. Entire towns were leveled in an instant, and the lives of thousands were irrevocably altered. With the tsunami's force, homes, schools, and livelihoods were obliterated, leaving only fragments of a once thriving community. Overnight, the landscape was transformed into a graveyard of debris, a stark reminder of the destructive power of nature when tampered with recklessly. But amidst the rubble and ruin, the human spirit refused to be quashed. Rescue efforts began almost immediately, with survivors and first responders working tirelessly to find those trapped beneath the wreckage. Their tenacity and courage in the face of such overwhelming tragedy were truly inspiring. In the wake of the disaster, stories of survival and heroism began to emerge. Stories of ordinary people displaying extraordinary courage, like the young mother who, despite her own injuries, dug through the rubble with bare hands to free her trapped child, or the elderly man who guided his neighbors to safety even as his own home was swept away. These personal stories paint a vivid picture of the human impact of the Vajont Dam disaster. They underscore the immense loss and suffering experienced by those affected, but also their resilience and determination to rebuild their lives. The disaster also brought the community together in a way that few other events could. Neighbors helped neighbors, strangers became friends, and a sense of unity and solidarity emerged from the shared hardship. In the face of such adversity, the community's strength and resilience were truly remarkable. The Vajont Dam disaster was not just a geological event, but a profound human tragedy. It was a stark reminder of the cost of negligence and the dangers of underestimating nature's power. But it also showcased the indomitable human spirit, the capacity for kindness and bravery in the face of adversity, and the strength of a community united by shared suffering. In the wake of the disaster, the world was left scrambling for answers. The immediate response was a testament to human resilience and solidarity. Emergency services, volunteers, and military personnel rallied together, tirelessly working to recover bodies and provide support to the survivors. Amid the chaos and devastation, the spirit of community and camaraderie shone through as people from all walks of life lent a hand in the recovery efforts. But as the dust settled and the immediate crisis was managed, the focus shifted towards understanding what had caused such an unprecedented disaster. An investigation was launched to delve into the circumstances that led to the catastrophe. The probe was exhaustive, involving a team of experts from various fields. They scrutinized every facet of the dam's construction, its design, the geological surveys conducted, and the decisions made in the days leading up to the disaster. The investigators sifted through mountains of data, piecing together the chain of events that had led to the collapse of the Vajont Dam. What they found was shocking. The investigation revealed that numerous warning signs had been ignored or downplayed. Geological instability in the area had been overlooked during the dam's construction. Despite the cracks and landslides that had occurred during the filling of the reservoir, the authorities had chosen to press on. The dam, it turned out, had been built on a ticking time bomb. The investigators concluded that the catastrophe was not merely an act of nature, but a result of human error and negligence. The dam's design and location, coupled with the miscalculation of geological risks, had set the stage for the disaster. The findings of the investigation sent shockwaves through the world. It was a stark reminder of the grave consequences of ignoring nature's warning signs and the need for caution and thoroughness in such massive engineering projects. The investigation exposed a series of oversights and miscalculations that led to the disaster. The Vajont Dam disaster left an indelible mark on the world of engineering. It shattered the illusion of infallibility surrounding human-made structures and brought to the forefront the dire need for rigorous safety practices. In the wake of the disaster, dam engineering underwent a paradigm shift. Safety became paramount, with new standards and practices introduced to mitigate the risk of such catastrophes in the future. The disaster also had a profound impact on the communities in the Vajont Valley. The towns and villages that once thrived in the shadow of the dam were forever changed. The memory of the disaster still echoes in the minds of the survivors and their descendants, serving as a stark reminder of the tragedy. Even after 60 years, the ruins of the dam stand as a grim testament to the cost of negligence and hubris. The disaster served as a grim reminder of the cost of negligence and hubris. From the ashes of the Vajont Dam disaster, important lessons were learned. This tragedy served as a stark reminder of the unpredictable power of nature and the disastrous consequences when we underestimate it. The disaster underscored the importance of meticulous geological surveys before embarking on massive infrastructural projects. The role of human error in the Vajont Dam catastrophe was undeniable. It highlighted the need for transparency, accountability, and informed decision-making in the face of potential risks. This disaster led to a significant shift in the way dam safety regulations were perceived and implemented worldwide. It encouraged a more integrated approach, considering not just the engineering aspects but also the geological and environmental factors surrounding dam construction. This event also emphasized the need for effective communication and emergency preparedness plans in areas vulnerable to such disasters. The Vajont Dam disaster continues to serve as a cautionary tale for engineers and policymakers alike. It's a grim reminder that the cost of negligence is human lives, and the lessons learned should never be forgotten. More than half a century later, the Vajont Dam disaster still reverberates. In the heart of northern Italy, a colossal structure meant to harness the power of nature, instead bore witness to its unforgiving wrath. The disaster marked a significant chapter in the annals of engineering and dam safety, forever altering our understanding of the relationship between man-made structures and their natural surroundings. This catastrophe, known as the world's tallest dam disaster, spawned a mega tsunami of unprecedented proportions. It left an indelible imprint on the region, with towns annihilated and countless lives lost. Yet from the ashes rose a resolve to learn and adapt. The investigations that followed led to significant advancements in dam construction and safety regulations, not just in Italy, but across the globe. As we remember this tragic event, let it serve as a reminder of the power of nature and the importance of responsible engineering.